Differentiation can seem so overwhelming, can't it? But really, it is just about creating opportunities for students to do their best within their zone of proximal development, otherwise known as ZPD, which really is just about hitting the bullseye about where they're at. Hi there, teachers. Marion Busfield here from Engaging Curiosity to empower you to take charge in the classroom by supporting you with classroom management strategies and resources. Today, I am sharing about my blog post, How to Jumpstart Writing, Embracing Differentiation in Instruction. I am a faith-led, married, mother of two, grandmother to one, outdoor enthusiast, and retired teacher. My passion is to share what I know about teaching to support this wonderful new generation of teachers. In the links down below, you will find my free classroom management checklist. Download the checklist to check off what you have in place and to set some goals for what you see as your next need for your own classroom management. Thank you for joining me today, and please remember to press like and subscribe below. That is the best way you can help me to reach other teachers. So let's start with why is differentiated instruction important in writing? Much as I love to teach math, and I do love to teach math, I find differentiation in instruction for writing easier. What I do know for sure is that it is essential to get them writing. Mary Shea of Canisius College, in her article, Differentiating Writing Instruction, Meeting the Diverse Needs of Authors in a Classroom, quotes the ancient Roman saying, "You want to learn to write by writing." Students need opportunities to write in order to grow as writers. But what if they hate writing? Create engagement. But how do you create engagement? Differentiate. Differentiation is the yellow brick road that leads to engagement. You may want to know what is differentiated instruction. Every student in your class has something to say. The purpose of differentiation in writing is just helping the student to say it on paper. We create an environment and opportunities that lend themselves to making writing workshops appealing and even exciting to students. And some of you may be surprised by the word exciting. You betcha. All of my students spend their writing block focused on their work. Some actually cheered for the writing block. So first, an overview of differentiation in the classroom. Now, I have written multiple more detailed blog posts on differentiation, so I'm not going to go into great detail here. I have left links down below, but there are a few quick notes I want to touch base with to get us on the same page. Carol Tomlinson, a leader in the concept of differentiation in instruction, identifies the 4 pillars of differentiated instruction: content, process, product, and learning environment. As I have learned more about differentiation, I have expanded upon these for my own use. So my 10 effective strategies for how to differentiate writing instruction are: so under the pillar of content, I incorporate student interests. I group readers or provide leveled reading to provide access to material. There are supplementary materials for students who are closer to mastery of the content. And then pertaining to process, I teach to learning style. For example, use model building of the story for kinesthetic learners, or I have students draw or take notes on the storyline for visual or graphic learners. Encourage students to share their storylines orally with a partner for auditory learners. And then under the process pillar, I also adjust the pace. And finally, under process, I provide scaffolding, which can look like many things. I can break the process down into steps using a graphic organizer and an editing sheet, or support the developmental stages of writing with different levels of writing paper to prevent overwhelm and provide students with fine motor skills and more. More on that later. And I can provide supportive tools like word booklets, pencils, speech to text, provocations, writing prompts, visuals, vocabulary lists, anchor charts, mentor texts. And I also create opportunities for collaboration. Write a book as a class, whole and small group, peer editing. You can provide anchor charts and other visual supports. Offer support with focus by offering a quiet desk or individual folders for blocking out distractions. Remember to read and discuss mentor texts. And of course, model writing to the class. Now let's talk about how we differentiate product. Provide ongoing formative and summative assessments. Provide options for challenge or complexity. Develop individual learning goals in partnership with the student during a writing conference. And offer enrichment and remediation in various ways. Through open-ended prompts that are very inclusive, by limiting the number of words, paragraphs, or pages a student can use can often be more of a challenge as they search for the most succinct and effective way to express themselves. Another option is personalized learning plans. Although the strategies above will cover most students, there may be some students who need a plan that includes input and direction from your learning support team. So the last pillar of differentiation is the learning environment. Once you've implemented the first three pillars, you will find that the learning environment has already been significantly impacted. But there is more. You can offer standing desks, chairs, carpets, floor chairs, clipboards outside, whole group, small group, and individual work opportunities. Okay, so before I jump into some differentiated instruction examples for writing, just a reminder to use the link down below to download the free classroom management checklist. Identify your goals and then check them off step by step. So, going back, I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I will not be heading to the Olympics anytime soon, but I do love getting outside and giving it a go. I also love to get my students outside. I didn't do it often enough, but we did get it outside. When I was on a recent trip to the Maritimes to celebrate both my 35th wedding anniversary and to attend my son's wedding, we took a hike along Prince Edward's North Cape Point Trail. As we walked and enjoyed the fantastic ocean views, I thought of some lessons I had done that my students loved, and I would love to share one with you. For practical purposes, it is different to share on video, but I encourage you to visit my blog post for all the details. In the post, I write out what is essentially a lesson plan, and I identify which pillar each step fits under. But essentially, it is a simple walk outside with a piece of paper or a worksheet and a target. In this instance, the target is to spend some time developing vocabulary for descriptive language. This lesson is a precursor to the lesson the following day, during which I provide pictures from the walk and I then assign a writing topic using descriptive language in their writing. The beauty of this lesson plan is that it is not mind-twistingly painful, and that is my goal here, to simplify differentiation in the classroom. My point in providing that lesson is that by bringing enthusiasm into our planning and incorporating engaging activities and variety into our lessons, we will have a lot of the differentiation uncovered. All of this is not only delightful, but it is also entirely possible as you press into the other pillars of classroom management in order to create a focused and engaged class. Before I go, I want to share about the monthly writing prompts resource that I have created as it's relevant to differentiation. Although no single worksheet can encompass all of the aspects of differentiation, as a part of a larger picture, these types of resources provide an aspect of differentiation. I do have an upcoming blog post on the research around using writing prompts during writing block, but for now let me share how I use writing prompts as a part of differentiation in writing in my class. My monthly writing prompts support differentiation by providing 4 different developmental levels of writing paper per prompt to allow for different levels of challenge. The first level is for drawing the story, or perhaps drawing and labeling for your not yet writers. Level 2 is wide interline paper for students who need support with their letter formation. Not too many lines though to prevent the overwhelm. Level 3, the lines are closer together for more writing space, but there's still an interline to support letter formation. And level 4, the lines are the same width as level 3, but without the interline. These students are transitioning to fluent writing. With these, you are able to offer the same prompt to each student for inclusive, and each prompt includes a small image to provide a simple, on-the-page propagation and some support for visual learners. Partner these sheets with Lego or other modeling materials to support the hands-on learners. There is a separate editing checklist with visual cues to support your students without cluttering the page, and that is included in each month. There are backsites for each level of writing paper to encourage more writing. Remember at the beginning when I said, writing makes writers. Before I go, just let me say that you've got this. Rome wasn't built in a day. Congratulate yourself for every step that you take, but you can't do it all at once. Be gentle with yourself as you set new goals and work step at a time to do the best you can for your students at this moment in your life. That is all anyone can do. Thank you for joining me today as I discuss differentiation during the writing block, and I hope you join me again soon. In the meantime, please share a connection or goal for differentiation in your class in the comments below. And of course, please press like, subscribe, and notify so I can help as many teachers as possible. Use the link below to download my free classroom management checklist and visit me at my blog at engagingcuriosity.ca. And you will find the links to related posts and related links with from whom I wanted to connect. Things like Zone of Proximal Development, to which I referred at the beginning of this video. And there is a link, as I said, for a number of things. You'll see the titles down below, okay? Thanks so much for joining me. Bye now.